Also saying no casualties in the attack on the U.S. military base either. So it would seem that maybe, and we hope, fortunately, none of the missiles actually hit the ground.
An interest in the region, and there are no reports indicating that that has taken place. And so Iran still has the ability to ratchet up the pressure against American interest in the Middle East. But it appears here they are trying to coordinate some possible response as to not drag the United States more directly into the fight. There's an understanding that the Americans have a capacity and they have weapons that the Israelis do not have, and a willingness, if American forces or interests in the region come under attack, to get more directly involved in the fight. And the regime in Tehran has been extremely weakened following the 11-day campaign that the Israelis have launched not only against their nuclear facilities, but also against top IRGC officials. Remember, in that opening wave, the Israelis took out nearly the entire chain of command for the IRGC Air Force commanders in the Iranian capital of Tehran. We've spoken with top Israeli intelligence officials who have described to Fox News how they are systematically...
Want to really see something that said, take a look at what happened.
Why this beat so cold?
We will make America proud again. And you try to kill our we will make America wealthy again. And yes, together, we will make America great again.
Boy, oh boy, what's going on, family? I hope everybody is starting off their week on a great note, that you are blessed, well, and healthy. We have some breaking news, some huge updates. And we wanted to start this video off by saying prayers for our troops, prayers for America, prayers for peace in this Trump administration. Right now, we have some huge updates also from the Trump administration, President Trump. And people are going crazy in the comment section. And, you know, they say launched 6 missiles, hit nothing, all picked off while in fight. And then someone says it's not Qatar, it's Qatar. Did I say it right, family? Please tell me, did I say it right? Qatar, am I saying it right? Please, y'all forgive me now. Don't start that. But it says, God, please protect the innocent people from all harm. My brother is stationed there in the Air Force. Please be praying. My son is there. They are safe. All the missiles were intercepted. Oh boy, Iran just can't understand how overmatched and outclassed they are. They are about to find out the hard way. Wait for CNN to report this as mostly peaceful missiles. And we see what's going on with the fake news media. And President Trump just posted about them as well. With all their reporting on this, it's actually been very disgraceful. You know, but someone says, I live in Qatar, could hear explosions and families in Qatar were crying. U.S. air defense saved us. All right, let's get into this, family. Oh boy. Prayers though for peace. We are praying for peace, man. Peace through strength. We are praying for our troops.
I'm looking now, major cases of GPS jamming in Qatar and other Gulf states. Iran is bombing Qatar. Let's bring in now Chief National Security Correspondent Jennifer Griffin at the Pentagon. You and I.
Yeah, they was like, Qatar. They say, ma'am, it's not Qatar. Let me see.
Let's bring in now Chief National Security Correspondent Jennifer. Iran is bombing Qatar. Let's bring in now Chief National Security Correspondent.
They're like, the fuck? Qatar? What is Qatar? Yeah, am I saying it right? Qatar? Please let me know if I'm saying it right, family. Y'all let me know, man. They say, Rick, sir, you. But they are attacking, what's the name, on saying Qatar.
Jennifer Griffin at the Pentagon. You and I started talking about this about more than an hour ago now. Are we where your sources are telling you that we thought we'd be? Have we gone someplace that we're at least prepared to deal with?
Well, Harris, right now, what we can tell from open source reporting on Twitter, you can see imagery of about what we're told from Israeli sources are 6 ballistic missiles that have been fired from Iran towards Qatar. As you know, as we discussed, the Al Udeid base, the largest U.S. Base in the Middle East, is about 40 miles from the
Qatar. She said it too. Are they saying it right? Are we saying it wrong? How do we? Somebody please let me know. How do you pronounce it? Qatar. Let me know. Let me know. Because I seen everybody in the comments saying, why are they saying Qatar? Just let me know, please.
Capital of Qatar from Doha. You can see the night skies over Doha right now, and there are explosions in the air. Some of those may be air defense missiles, Patriot missiles, trying to intercept those ballistic missiles. We have no indications of impact at this point. As you and I discussed before, there were satellite images from last week of Al Udeid, where the U.S. normally has a large number of transport planes, refueling planes, that those tarmacs had been emptied of those warplanes, but Al Udeid normally would have 10,000 U.S. troops based there. There had been warnings to U.S. embassy staff to shelter in place and at other embassies across Doha. We also now are learning that the airspace over UAE, the United Arab Emirates, where the United States military has another large military base, that airspace has been closed. And we also understand there could be an imminent threat to U.S. troops and personnel at bases in Iraq. That, if you remember, just 5 years ago, Iran fired ballistic missiles, dozens of them, at U.S. troops in the wake of Qasem Soleimani's killing. So a lot of intelligence warnings. We brought it to you on air just a little while ago, and now it seems that those explosions are being heard over the capital of Qatar.
Well, and through your reporting, you readied us for, exactly who would be still there, and you're furthering that now to let us know who is able to get out and who's expected to be there serving right now. 6 missiles may not sound a lot to some people because they can do so much damage. And Iran reportedly has been running low on, we don't really exactly know what they have. Maybe they're not running that low. But with precision, 6 missiles are a lot. They haven't really been precision guided, though, going into Israel. They've been hitting all those residential targets. Not saying that they didn't want to kill civilians, but a little bit more haphazard. This seems more precision.
Well, I would say, Harris, the difference between Qatar and Israel is that it's just a few-minute flight for both short-range and medium-range
so both
ballistic
kinds.
or cruise missiles. You also could be having, and my guess right now, based on the way the Iranians have been behaving in terms of targeting Israel, you may also have swarming drones that could overwhelm any air defense system. So obviously, the U.S. military, U.S. Central Command has been preparing for this moment. They have been setting up air defenses. Al Udeid would be one of the most protected bases that the U.S. has, but they also have long known that they are sitting ducks there. And so therefore, right now, we have to just see if any of those ballistic missiles or cruise missiles got through.
All right, Jennifer Griffin, stay where we
do a little deep dive of what everybody's saying. From Charlie Kirk, we got 0 U.S. casualties, 0 Iranian missiles hit U.S. bases, 0 need for the U.S. to retaliate as of now. A large international and regional coalition mobilized to shoot down Iranian missiles. This is clearly an extremely positive outcome for America and President Trump. Take the W and off-ramp to de-escalation. Pray for peace. And of course, we have Marjorie Taylor Greene tweet that, and she's been going viral lately of speaking on all this. And people are calling her fake MAGA and all kind of stuff like that. Let me know how y'all feel about all this. And people are also just dragging President Trump through the mud. A lot of the leftists and liberals, as expected. A lot of the left fake news media. Well, Graham Allen says Iran just blinked. Trump revealed all the neocons, warmongers, and fake MAGA. Oil is down. Stocks are up. No World War III. Peace through strength. And then of course they do the Obama and Trump comparison side by side when it comes to Congress approval. And we're not going to hear the end of it, But I want to hop into this right here. Let's jump in.
Let's now switch to Israel. Go to our chief foreign correspondent, Trey Yanks. He's live in Tel Aviv with the latest, not only from Israel, but what do you make of the fact that this appeared to be a pretty limited response, Trey?
Forces right now on this Iranian attack targeting the Al Udeid air base just outside of Doha, Qatar. The latest information that we have.
Qatar. They were saying Qatar. Qatar. I knew I was saying it right. They saying Qatar. Qatar. Where they get Qatar from?
According to the Qatari Foreign Ministry, they say these missiles were intercepted over the Qatari capital of Doha. They say there are no injuries on the ground. The Qataris are condemning this attack launched by Iran. This is significant, but not unexpected. The distance between Qatar and Iran is just over 100 nautical miles. And this is a large base, the largest American base in the region. And it had largely been evacuated, according to one source that we spoke with before this attack took place. The Americans understood that Qatar, Kuwait, and Bahrain could be on the top target list for the Iranians in any sort of response following those strikes that were ordered by President Trump to go after Iranian nuclear facilities over the weekend. We're working to get some confirmation about reports that American bases in Iraq may have been targeted. But again, the information that we have about the Gulf is significant. There are air defense systems in Qatar, both the THAAD missile defense system and the Patriot system. And according to some initial video that we reviewed from sources in Doha, it looks like, if not all, but the majority of these incoming missiles were shot down overhead. In terms of what led up to this, we know earlier today the U.S. Embassy in Doha sent out an alert to American citizens in Qatar to shelter in place. Shortly after that, the airspace over this country was closed. You could see on flight radar maps a number of flights diverting to other regional airports. And again, that condemnation coming in from the Qataris. We're also monitoring Iranian state media at this hour, who says that they launched this attack, calling it the Annunciation of Victory. Iranian state media also saying their military says this was a devastating and powerful attack. This is not unexpected propaganda to receive from the regime in Tehran, but again, an indication that the Iranians are looking to save face following this U.S. strike that went after their nuclear facilities over the weekend. Other regional countries, including Kuwait, Bahrain, and the UAE, do remain on high alert at this hour over concern that there could be further attacks on U.S. interests in the region. Of course, the Fifth Fleet in Bahrain. There are also thousands of American forces in Kuwait, and then the possibility that Iraq could be targeted as well. I can take you back to 2020 when the Americans ordered that drone strike against Qasem Soleimani outside of Baghdad's international airport. The Iranians responded then with 13 ballistic missiles against the Ain al-Assad air base in western Iraq. And so, of course, missile defense systems across the region remain on high alert. Again, the Americans knew this was a possibility and largely evacuated much of their personnel from these areas.
So they were evacuated.
All right, just going through the Qatar response here. Qatar saying it reserves the right to respond after this Iranian attack. As John just reported, Qatar is saying no casualties from that attack at the U.S. military base. Thank goodness. And the top security body there, Iran's top security body there, is saying armed forces.
From a spokesman for Qatar's foreign minister saying, we reaffirm that dialogue is the only way to overcome the current crisis and ensure the security in the region and the peace of its people remains. And so this base, it was largely evacuated before this took place. And again, according to a spokesman for Qatar's foreign ministry,
that's what they were saying. It was evacuated before it all. Yeah, so it was nobody there.
No one was injured in this missile strike.
Good. That's what we love to hear, man. Prayers for peace, you guys. Prayers for peace.
To Qatari officials is that there were no injuries in these strikes that took place.
No injuries.
Coordinate their response as to not drag more.
17 missiles.
A lot of minor injuries for forces then from the blast of those missiles back in 2020, but also against top IRGC officials. Remember, in that opening wave, the Israelis took out nearly the entire chain of command for the IRGC Air Force. Initially, this U.S. base just out.
Not yet in that situation, the situation room for that security meeting.
But we are praying for peace, man. I'm just trying to get to the steak and potatoes. I don't want to waste, you guys' life, hearing just a bunch of nothing. But we are sending our prayers, man. Prayers for peace right now, But nothing hit, all intercepted. No injuries, no casualties. We are praying for our troops, praying for peace, peace through strength, praying for President Trump, this administration. There was new reports on Trump did not want let me pull it up. Yeah, I believe who posted it. I'm gonna go to Kirk's and see what if he posted it. They're reporting oil is down 7.5%. The price of oil is lower now than when President Trump took office. Given everything that has taken place in the last few weeks, this is a remarkable fact. But here it is right here. Trump does not want more military engagement in the region, as senior White House official has told CNN, saying the White House was expecting retaliation strikes. The Trump administration was anticipating Tehran would retaliate after U.S. strikes on Iranian nuclear sites over the weekend, and President Trump does not want more military engagement in the region. And they even, so there it is, man. Trump is willing to escalate U.S. military involvement if necessary, the official said. Trump was due to talk to national security officials Monday afternoon, and it's possible his posture could change. And we know how our president, like I say, Trump is going to have to make some big decisions. Big decisions are going to be made, but we are praying for peace. Let me know how y'all feel about everything. But no casualties, and air defense intercepted the Iranian missiles attack on the U.S. base. So, here we are. All right, here we are. 2025, man. It just doesn't stop. But we're going to continue to bring up the best updates. Keep you guys updated. I love y'all. I am praying for peace. Peace through strength. Do not come on here attacking me. Do not come on here attacking people that voted for Trump. I know I see the comments and how deranged people are, especially with the left and Democrats. Guess what? Trump is still your president. The people spoke loud and clear. Majority of America. I don't want to hear about in the comments call he didn't get Congress approval, this and that. Obama dropped bombs everywhere. I don't want to hear it. Okay? This is what we have right now. And we are praying for peace. Peace through strength. There's a lot of remarkable things right now going on still, even with all this happening, that they're not even wanting to report on of a lot of good that is happening in the country right now due to President Trump's policy. So again, we are still winning. I know there's a high emotions from the people, from people down there in Washington, from a lot of MAGA saying this and that, people saying this and that. So again, leave it in the comment section down below. But they're saying trust President Trump, trust. He earned it. And here we are. But I love you guys. And again, prayers for peace, man. We do not want no boots on the ground. But it's all been intercepted. And no casualties. No one is injured. I love y'all. And I will catch y'all on the next one. Peace and love, family.